Ooh, this is Mahlena Ray Johnson with For Nerdy Girls with Mahlena Ray Johnson. And today's topic is keep going, don't give up. Mahlena explains how to make an old friend. So let me adjust the video first. Okay, it's better. So first, who am I? I'm still Mahlena Ray Johnson, and I went to Loyola Marymount University for film school. Then I went to University of Southern California for business school, where I got my MBA in marketing, entertainment, and entrepreneurship. And what do I say now? Okay. Then, over the past decade, I have conducted hundreds of informational interviews and coffee chats, and I have attended hundreds of networking events and conferences, and I have connected with thousands of people all over the world, so I am immensely qualified to help you with your networking skills and making new friends in business and in your life. Today is May 31st, so the topic is right there. It's called Keep Going, Don't Give Up. So let's talk about your need to keep going and not give up, and I'm going to start with an anecdote. I was looking, what was I doing? What was I doing? I have all these thoughts, and I'm supposed to keep them organized, and sometimes they just the stream of consciousness. So let's start with what happened. This concept that I have been reading about various feminist websites talking about is the concept of calling white men geniuses, and how it's with Arrested Development and Jeffrey Tambor, and how Jason Bateman was all, if there's no you on the show, there's no me, and this concept of how Jeffrey Tambor sexually harassed people, allegedly, probably, and verbally harassed Jessica Walter, who plays his wife on the show. And this concept of him being a terrible person to multiple people on multiple shows is supposed to be tolerated because this is his process. And I thought, well, my process doesn't involve sexually harassing people, verbally harassing people, or just making people feel badly about themselves in any way. My process for specifically this book, Love It Luau, my fourth book, which is about a refugee suffering from PTSD who was scared to fall in love with a single dad, involved my looking at Louis Tan's Instagram, because he was part of the inspiration for the book. As I've mentioned before, in multiple previous videos, you can look at the library. I wrote this book because of the proliferation of whitewashing incidents that occurred with Asian and Asian American characters in movies and television, and one of them was the Iron Fist story, where Louis Tan, who is immensely qualified to play Iron Fist, was put into a villain role that only appeared in one episode, and the person who got to play Iron Fist was a white man who was not a trained martial artist, which Louis Tan is, was not as attractive, and was not as good an actor as Louis Tan is, but the other person was white, so he got the role. So I was really inspired by that, and I said, I got to do something instead of just complaining. I wrote this book, and his story helped me write the book. So I looked at his Instagram. Not only is he an attractive gentleman, yes, he does do martial arts, and he is a model and an actor who's focusing on the acting and producing and directing now, but he's also inspirational. He has various quotes, and he's very dedicated to his business. And one of the things that I looked up, as I said, that's part of my inspirational process, looking at Louis Tan's Instagram. And right now it's May 31st, 2018, so nothing's come out about him yet, so I'm okay still talking about him. Part of the inspiration is that he is really focused on his craft, and he is what some people may call an overnight success, because last year he was the villain in Iron Fist, and he was doing some modeling campaigns. And this year, he is starring in Deadpool 2. He is also starring in Into the Badlands on AMC, and he is producing, and he was also in another movie with Gerard Butler, 50 said, I don't, he was a movie that came out at the beginning of the year and went away. Den of Thieves. Yeah, so he's in 2 movies and a TV show this year, whereas last year he was the villain on one episode of a Netflix show that people didn't like. So he has been doing this for a long time. He didn't just come out of nowhere. He's been studying martial arts and acting throughout his whole life. And so that was what inspired me after having that realization last night to say, keep going, don't give up, because a lot of days I look at what I'm doing and I think, no one's commenting on my videos, or no one's commenting on my posts, or why isn't anybody paying me anything, or why isn't anybody talking to me, or why can't I figure out how to serve my audience? And this relates to you in this way. It's like making an old friend. A lot of people want to have friends that they have already known for a long time, and it takes a while to have an old friend. You have to start with a new friend, and then they become an old friend. So specifically regarding the Louis Tan Instagram thing, I was looking on his Instagram yesterday, and I scrolled down all the way to the bottom when I guess the last Instagram picture was, and he had 700 likes on his Instagram picture and a few comments, and it wasn't extensive. It was definitely, people definitely liked him, but it wasn't what he has now when he's in Deadpool with thousands of likes, hundreds of comments, and all this hard work that has generated that. And that's the same thing that you should apply to your friend making journey. You don't have to think about where you are right now, because everyone has to start somewhere. You think about where you'd like to go, and excuse me, and you don't think about why you aren't there yet. You think of why you want to get there. You think of what you need to do to put in that work, and sometimes it's time. It's like I remember Francesca Ramsey it was in a video about natural hair and growing your natural hair, and people would ask her, how'd you grow that natural hair so long? And they want to know the products she did, the people she went to, and it was mostly time. It takes time to grow your hair out. It takes time for your hair to grow, and there are products that you can use, and there are things that you can do. And similarly, I know that there are a lot of you out there saying, well, I need to be on Pinterest, I need to be on Instagram, I need to be on Twitter and tweeting all the time, I need to be on Facebook and trying to get in these groups and talk to all these people. And a lot of it is just time. It takes time to build relationships. It takes time to have a relationship that lasts a long time, and not all of them are going to work out. And I think about that when I think about, I consider people talking about longtime friends, and those can be great. Sometimes they don't necessarily last because you're in a new place. So I want you to think about making new friends, as I said here, and then wait. So in that time, don't just say, all right, just waiting for my new friend to become an old friend. Continue making new friends, because I guess instead of saying 1 and 2, you're in a different place now than you were 10 years ago. And 10 years from now, you'll be in a new place. Some of those friends may come with you, some of them may not, but you need to continue making new friends so that you can have old friends in the future. So the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So you should start planting that friend tree now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It takes time to make old friends, so start by making a new friend and email a friend right now so that you can have old friends in the future. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave a comment. And if you're on Facebook, or if you're not on Facebook and you're watching this video and you want to know, how do I make friends, Mahlena? You seem to have all the answers. Email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com and I will help you. Again, email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com and I will help you have a conversation about having new friends and old friends. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.